All right, looks like we're live. Hey guys, thank you very much for joining us. This is Mike Healy. I'm one of the co-founders of BidPoint. I appreciate you taking time out of your schedules to join us today on today's call. Very excited to have our guest speaker, Chris Benson, who's one of the vice presidents of business development with CapEx, which is, if you're not familiar with it, is our brand new system that, or one of our services that BidPoint offers. And we're really, really excited. What you're going to find out in this presentation, so if you're watching this live, awesome. If you're watching this recorded, what you're going to find out is you're going to see an amazing way for you to have the ability to earn a commission, earn a residual income on credit card transactions. I mean, that is about as big as it gets, okay, when we're talking about making money on the money, okay? So, Chris, before I jump in, I want to just welcome some people. Looks like the numbers are cranking up real quick.
Awesome.
I think you guys can can you guys hear me? If anybody makes some comments down there, make sure you can hear me good. I just want to say that. If you can hear me, just make a comment below. I'm going to check these real quick. Looks like we're good. Nope, not wearing my Bono glasses. Okay, Jamie, great. Hey, somebody, I had glasses on last time. They were all colored. Also, do me a favor, and if you're viewing this, put the city and state that you're from. I'd love to pop it up on here for people to see that we're really starting to spread across the country with what we've got going on. So if you don't mind, type in the city and state that you're checking this out from. You might even be checking it out on your smartphone. Feel free to do that as well. I would love to get you up here. Okay, good. We're live. All right, James, there's James. James coming in from Glendale, Cal. You know what, James? Hey, I want to say hi to you because I know you became an advisor today, and you already brought a bunch of people on as advisors. So great job. Congratulations. We've got Justin from Atlanta. Fantastic. I've got Larry Lowenstein from Palm Springs. Billy Smirka from Dearport, Michigan. Mike Lexo from Louisville, Kentucky. Who else? I got Jason from Akron, Ohio. I'm going to see if I can go through these real quick. We got Dale. We got Covington, Kentucky. Hey, there's Peachtree, huh? Actually, my wife's mom and dad live down in Peachtree. That's pretty awesome. I got somebody from, who did I just pop up? Jody from Defiance. We got some people from the lakefront staying warm up here. But I could keep going on and add some of these. So I really appreciate you guys doing this. Let me go ahead and I want to get this call going because I know, Chris, you've had a very busy day with all the stuff that we've got going on, with the stuff you've got going on. And we're excited to have you on here. So let me kill that real quick. So, Chris, that's a good thing. You know, when the phone's ringing,
Yep.
That's people typically asking about it. Chris, you have been in this space of credit card processing, I guess you could say, and I know I'm kind of coming up to speed on this as well. One of my good friends, Bill Hoffman, was the person that introduced me to you guys to become one of our service providers. And in case you don't know who BidPoint is, let me just briefly give you an overview. We are a business solutions company for businesses, and we help them save money on essential services such as natural gas, electricity, waste services, and we're so excited about the credit card processing, the cash discount program that we've rolled out. Now, Chris, you've been in this space for a while, for quite a few years. You've seen a lot of things out there. Why don't you tell us just real quick about, give us an example, because I'm just jumping in. I know I'm a little all over the place here, but you give us an example of how significant of a thing we're talking about, and basically walk me into almost the elevator pitch, okay?
Sure.
And I want you to kind of go into that with what people have the ability to do as business advisors with BidPoint. They can go into businesses and do what you're going to train us on right now, and kind of tell us a little bit about how this works. And, you know, and obviously we do training calls on this as well. So we understand that this is kind of an overview, not to do a training on this one, but I wanted to get Chris on here because Chris has been doing a fantastic job. You were at our live event, but anyhow, I'm gonna shut my pie hole now and I'm going to direct it over to you. So, Chris, take it away, man. I'm going to shrink myself a little bit so I can see you a little better.
All right. Well, you know what? I appreciate, Michael, you having me on. And what's exciting about what we're doing, and you mentioned this, so I've been in this arena for 20 plus, 25, 27 years. It's a long time. I'm trying to age myself. So I was in the business when people were using paper to check on credit cards to see if they were valid or not. That's how long I've been doing this. We have brought in our product called Wave It, and the elevator pitch for Wave It, and if you want to use a little pun on this, I'll use my hand. Wave it goodbye. It's the first time we've been able to teach our merchants to wave goodbye to the high cost of processing. Our elevator pitch, my elevator pitch has been so simple and so effective. I've never heard the word no yet. Michael, I understand you're taking credit cards today for your business. If I could show you a way that you could virtually eliminate virtually 100% of your processing fees, would you be interested? And the answer has always been yes. Why? Because I'm in business to make money. You're in business to make money. And so with the Wave It program, let me give you just a real quick example of a personal account of mine. $58,000 a month of credit card processing cost him $1,500. $1,500. Our program cost him $99.95 flat. Doesn't matter if he goes from $55,000 to $55 million. For him, it would be $99.95. So that's a savings of $1,400 a month. And Michael, what he told me was, you just made my house payment and my car payment. Now, maybe in New York, that's not a house payment, but where he was living, that's a house payment and his car payment. Made him extremely excited. Now, the reason I share that story is on a $58,000 account in traditional credit card processing, that's going to make the rep about $60 a month. Okay, in my situation, I'm making 500, 60 or 500. So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to give you real numbers that are really going to affect your sales reps, your sales team, because you're not selling, you're consulting. If I can show you a way to do that. And the Wave It program, you said it a minute ago, Michael, cash discount, not a surcharge, but a cash discount. All we're doing through the proper verbiage is moving the cost of credit card processing from the merchant into the hands of the multitude of consumers that are more interested in their credit card mileage, points, rewards, and the percentage that they get for using their credit cards at all these merchants. And most of the, go ahead, jump in.
I want to jump in because I want to ask you to just, I know this is so common sense, but did you go out today at all? Did you use your credit card today?
I didn't.
I did. I used it like
I'm making phone calls to people that want to do this.
I was out probably 4 times, and I went for 4 separate trips, and I used my credit card 4 times.
Yep.
Right. Like it's just almost mind-boggling to think of the amount of money that's. In fact, I loved you brought this up once, I think, at our meeting. The amount of money that's transacted on a daily, maybe an annual basis in credit cards, of how much money's out there that somebody, if you just, because you don't need to, like, what was the number?
It's over $1 trillion by one processor.
With a T.
T, as in trillion, as in Tyrannosaurus Rex.
Like you don't have to get a slice of $1 trillion pie. You just got to get an aroma off of $1 trillion pie, correct?
That's absolutely true.
Okay, go ahead, keep going, because I get excited.
What's exciting is it's so easy, but it's so much against the grain. It will, when your guys and gals are rocking with this, and the others, they're going to disrupt the credit card industry because everybody's so used to charging the merchant. And the merchant's fed up with it. I've got merchants that have stopped taking credit cards because they won't pay that fee anymore. Now they're ready to add it back because they don't have to worry about the fee. I would bet my life that those that are listening have gone to a place that doesn't take credit cards or gone to a place that doesn't take Amex. Yep. Because Amex is so expensive. And Amex, they're not going to change their ways. But while I was in an elevator running this pitch, I pitched it to an Amex executive. And all he wanted to know was, Chris, are you treating us like everybody else? In other words, do we get paid? You bet you do. then great, run with it. We love the program. Visa, MasterCard, Amex, and Discover have all signed off on this program in the sense that they have written rules that say that merchants can offer a cash incentive versus a credit card fee. So they're looking at that cash incentive as well, and they don't care. They're happy to do that. Here's what I found out today. Our country, as well as third world countries, are all getting rid of paper cash. They're getting rid of it because of the fraud. So eventually, Michael, everybody in every country is going to go to a card-based system, which just means for you and I, we don't ever have to worry about slumps. You and I don't have to worry about poor economy, because when the economy is poor, people are going to use their credit. When the economy isn't poor and it's streaming like Reagan years, they're going to use their credit cards anyways because they don't want to use up cash. So in the credit industry, we've got it made. This is just a perfect time to get in this industry.
Okay, awesome. Now, I had so just real quick, how hard is it for a business to convert over to what we're doing? Okay, so give me an example, just a short, brief example.
Sure.
And then I've got some people that have already asked me some questions. I'm gonna pop some of these questions up. We can just attack those.
Great. So it's so simple. It really requires our proprietary product and licensing. So we give them the processing of the credit cards, and the product simply requires them to post either in their building or on their website a very simple verbiage that all of the items in our store online are cash discounted. Anybody that chooses not to use cash will not receive the discount, and they'll pay for that at the checkout. That's the simple version of that, which basically means a $10 item is going to be $10 and say 40 cents because the discount was 40 cents.
Got it.
So for them to get on paperwork, it's like you're doing for your industries, the other industries, paperwork goes through underwriting. All of these people have done this because they've done credit cards before. So they all know the process. Either they're going to use our terminal, they're going to integrate with us in their POS, or we are with them, or we're going to integrate with their web service, their shopping carts.
POS is point of sale, correct?
Point of sale, that's correct. Once they've done that, they flip the switch. Following day, they don't even do that. We do that for them. The following day, they stop paying credit card fees, and those fees are passed on to the consumer as they come in. That's
now,
the simple
question. Let's say I'm a business owner, and credit cards are lifeblood. You know, being able to transact is the lifeblood of my business.
Sure.
Do you guys have a good enough infrastructure to handle my business? I mean, if I got a little mom and pop shop, or how big of a business can I be? You know, can you really handle this kind of stuff? Can we do anything? Are you guys big enough to handle this?
Absolutely, and good question.
Blank.
Yeah. Here's the thing. Thank you for the pitch. So here's the thing. If you're doing $5,000 a month and you're a mom and pop, or you're a $5,000 a month guy in a tow truck, and you need a mobile device, we've got a mobile device. You can use your iPhone. If you're and we have this in place right now, $2.11 billion, 600-unit restaurant complex nationwide. We're in negotiations with them today, right now. Our backend or our processing gateway is connected today to First Data, the world's largest processor. So when somebody asks, can you handle us? Yes, we can, without a doubt, no doubt.
That's weird. I kind of just softballed that one up there for you, didn't I?
Thank you. That was really kind of cool. It's like I wrote that for you or something.
Yeah, that's odd. Okay, so basically the process is, give me because I think it's good for people to hear this multiple times. Give me the elevator pitch one more time, like of just that, because I want to, in case people fast forward our videos or whatever. I just want to make sure people hear this.
Sure. So if I could show you in your business how you can save virtually 100% of your credit card processing fees, would you be interested? And the question again, so the answer, number one, and maybe it may be improper, but you guys have to forgive me. If they're running a business and they're breathing, they're going to say, yes, I'm interested. How do I do that? Very simply. And then we share the process of how Wave It works. And of course, we train your reps what the next steps are to do that, and make that, and show them that the consumer is paying the fees. We are paying the credit card companies their part of it, and the rest is profit for you and I and your reps.
Okay, because
So
that question actually just came up, and I'm gonna post it, and maybe
Okay.
we'll start here, and maybe I'll ask a few questions. This is Carol Young. She said, "Where is the $500 coming from, and what are the interchange fee for the consumer?"
Great. So the interchange fee to the consumer is 4%, and it could be lower depending on the type of merchant it is, but basically it's 4%. The interchange fee, the actual cost from the processor, depending on the card type, can be as low as 1.75 and as much as 2.85. And so the difference is what we share with the rep. That difference between those two pieces.
Perfect. Thank you, Carol, for that question. I'm gonna pop another one up here.
Absolutely.
South.
I love it. What about pizza delivery joints? This is a perfect product for them. Couple of reasons. One, they take phone orders, very expensive. Number two, they go out with the pizza. Most of them don't have credit card devices of any kind. I'd love to be able to put one of our card swipes in the kids' hands, because they're already paying for the gas. The pizza joint is giving that driver $9-10 an hour and paying for his gas. Why not give him a card swipe, have him use his own phone, swipe that at the door, get the lowest rate, and increase your profitability on the spot. Pizza delivery, thumbs up to pizza delivery, without a doubt.
Perfect. Okay, I think I saw a couple people ask this question. I'll just answer it because I can't. They're coming in pretty good.
Sure.
So basically, just so you guys know, the commission, you can see this on, I'm going to pull up the website. If you haven't seen the video for it, you can go to promoterswanted.com. That's our company overview. It's a standalone site. That's what a lot of people are using to explain what we do, who we are with BidPoint, and so on. If you have not seen also, so I'm going to show you this too. If you have not seen our blog page, go to bidpoint.co. Top right corner of that page, you're going to see where we had the blog. Click on the blog and watch the Super Saturday. Chris was there. I was there. Rick Moore was there. Jim Sharon was there. Who else we have? Bill Hoppin was there.
Bill Hoppin.
I mean, it's a phenomenal set of videos from our entire live event we did. I mean, everybody did a spectacular job. But let me answer this question real quick for a few people out there. Is basically on the credit card processing, because we're basically if you want to look at what you do as an advisor with BidPoint, is you go out there and we're ultimately what we're building. What BidPoint really is we are a lead generating company that we're building a sales force of people that have contacts, connections, relationships, and so on, that get their foot in the door with people that are willing to allow us to just offer some services that are typically going to save them tremendous amounts of money. Because lots of us have been in business before. I've had businesses, Rick's had businesses, you've had businesses, Chris, that one of the hardest things is, or people don't realize, is the businesses are getting completely, not to be blunt, but getting screwed out there with being overcharged in most cases on stuff they're just not aware of. If you don't know certain rules, if you don't know certain laws, you can't make this stuff happen. So what BidPoint is we've put a collection of the top services we believe are a necessity for businesses. They are things that have to have happen for business to even have their doors open. And through our relationships, we know some of these great people in great industries like yourself, Chris, all the guys you're connected with, and on this side of it, with the energy side of it. And then what we do is, because we have these relationships, and we really, you in the field, I'm talking to you now, if you're an advisor or choose to be an advisor with us, that we pay you a percentage of the profit that comes into us for bringing those leads. So to answer that question in a long-winded version of that, is basically on the credit card processing side, you're looking at, I believe it's a 0.2%. So for like every $1 million. So if a business, let's say we had a restaurant that did annually $1 million in credit card transaction, you're looking at a little over probably $2,000 that you would put in your pocket as an advisor with us. Okay. As an example, Chris, we've got a person that is working on, and we're not going to give names of any of the company or the rep that's doing it.
Sure.
But we have a pretty big parking garage, a parking facility. That is, how big of an account is that potentially right now? Just the one that they submitted. What are they doing usually? It was like in the 15s. Does that sound right?
Yes.
It was like 15 million on that. So that guy's commission off that single account is going to be probably over 30 grand annually on that single account. And I mean, let me throw a disclaimer out there. Obviously, the cool part is we don't charge to be an advisor with BidPoint to begin with in any capacity. But just so that's not a typical thing. But you've already seen people submit stuff that's way, way bigger than that.
Yep.
I mean, it's not even, that's a small one compared to the stuff that's out there. And then obviously that's what's so nice, why I asked you that earlier about from, how high that we can go and how low that we can pretty much do anything from the mom and pop to the big, stadium.
Enterprise.
Yeah, enterprise. Correct. Chris, go ahead, and if you got any notes you want to throw on them, see if there's any comments. If anybody's else got anything, let me see on here. If I don't answer some of this stuff, I know that some people are going to watch this recorded and think we're live because we're doing such a good job. They'll ask questions. I'll answer them down there. And if you don't get a question answered, make sure you reply to some of the emails that I sent out. If I can't answer it for you, I can send it to somebody you can. Rick can, I can, Monty can, or whoever. And we'll make sure you get those questions answered and everything. What would you, Chris, as a kind of because we're about 20 minutes in, what would be the thing that you would maybe suggest to somebody to get their foot in the door? Just an idle chit chat. I know it's almost the elevator speech again, but what are you seeing out there that people are having the most success with? Like is there a market that people are this thing fits better for than others?
There isn't any market this really won't work for. However, if you're thinking about it, there are three things. Needs-based market, NEEDS, needs. I need to go to my doctor. I need my dentist. I need my vet. I need some people need their coffee. They need a need base. When you think about what those are, those people those merchants are quick to turn over. Convenience. It's on my way home. It's on my way to work. It's on my way back. When you start thinking about those things, those particular industries, you don't get any pushback. So let me give you a couple examples really quick. Convenience stores, dry cleaners, mom and pop restaurants, large restaurant chains, parking lots, mortuaries or funeral homes, which is kind of weird, but it's popping up. This week, a ton of auto dealerships and a bunch of buy here, pay here dealerships. So because they're taking down payments, they're doing auto service, and they're actually making payments at that place. So that's just a handful. And I think in our PowerPoint presentation too, there's probably 20 of them listed on there that would be the basics here. Go here, here, and here.
Let me ask you something, Chris. Hopefully I just remember the question that popped into my head. Somebody, I read a question and ADHD kicked in.
It's all right.
You're seeing, I know what it was. Give me the negative side of what I might experience if I was somebody going out there. What would be maybe a pushback question?
Yep, the biggest pushback. Yeah, the biggest pushback is from the consumer. Obviously, I don't want to pay this. It's not, the biggest thing is not fair that I should be paying that. And part of that is training the merchant to understand if the savings is big enough, the loss that they're going to initially experience is going to be minimal compared to the profit that they're going to make. Second thing is, over the last 18 months that I've been doing this, I took all the merchants that I had and I put together, and all the merchants that we processed with previous in the previous realm, doing the same process or similar to this process. Anyways, I took 10 of those. The pushback and or loss, 0.15. So in a particular industry, they would need to lose 19,000 members recurring billing every month to make up for the $750,000 a month we're saving them. So the question was loss and pushback. My convenience store, I told them put a roll of quarters in your register, and every time somebody pushes back, just explain I had two choices. I could raise all of my prices 4 or 5%, or I could keep them the same for my cash people, and that's the way I'm moving forward. So going forward, that's where we're going to do it. Here's your 50 cents back, and going forward, this is how we're going to do that. He still had $7.50 after the first month. So people realize that are using their cards that merchants can't afford this anymore. It's just not, the industry is going to go away from doing this. Our product and our process is going to be the way the industry is going, bar none.
Right. I think you just answered this question that Brian popped up. It's exactly what you just said.
Yep. And the merchant, we do have merchants say, I don't want to pass the fee to my consumers. And that's going to happen. And my typical answer behind that is, excuse me, can you really not afford to do our program? And if you really can't, and the thousands of dollars in savings isn't enough for you, here's my business card. Let's talk when everybody around you is doing it. Because you can't really afford not to do this program. I know they're saying, well, we may lose a few people, but that number is so minimal. It's fear. This is the way the industry started out. It's the way it's going today, fear. And we have to alleviate that fear by simply saying this: try the program, give it 90 days. We're putting a terminal in. You get to do that. Our licensing fee is covering that. So you get the terminal. If after 90 days you don't see this working for you, box the terminal up, cancel, no harm, no foul, and we'll move forward.
You said that on the last training call we did, and I thought it was really, really powerful. It's literally like, if you don't like it, it's not a big deal. You can go right back to spending your own money and wasting it.
And you're absolutely right. And the neat thing about this is, for your guys, for ours, is not to be afraid of this, because it is the way things are going to go. And if they simply want to say to the merchant, take your terminal, put it under the counter, don't worry about your other credit card company. The minimum cost is $25 a month. Your savings will pay for that. Run our product and our process. After 90 days, pull out the old terminal, box ours up, no harm, no foul. You just saved X amount of dollars over those 3 months or 9 months. Awesome. I haven't seen anybody come back. They're addicted to the cash. Though once they see that savings, they're not coming back.
Absolutely.
Cash is king.
Hey, I had another question from Carol. Carol's firing them away. Carol, I know you've got a lot of questions here, and I'm not going to be able to answer all of them, but this one I think Chris can handle pretty easily.
Absolutely. So I'll answer both. I saw both of them pop up. There's a legal, is it legal in Texas yet to surcharge? We're not surcharging. Ours is a cash discount program. So yes, we're doing that. I've got shops all over the place that are doing that. The surcharge, you're absolutely correct, Carol. That is not legal in the state of Texas. We're simply doing, and I know it's verbiage, but it simply states it's a cash discount. And Visa, MasterCard, Amex, and Discover, along with the Supreme Court, has stated that states don't have the right to tell a merchant they can't do a cash discount. That just happened like 3 weeks ago.
Here's another one from Carol.
The existing contract. Carol, you are just on it. So the existing contract.
Carol will be doing our next training call if we get her educated good enough.
Awesome. So again, typical savings, even in a small volume, could be $500 to $5,000. So in a typical credit card contract, if it's, and I'm going to say this, I'll be honest, a bloodsucker, they're going to charge a $350 to $500 cancellation fee on the contract. We don't do that, but others do. So my savings that first month covers that existing contractor's termination fee. And in most cases, the contract is either half up, so the fee is in half, or it's in its last year, so the fee is dropped. But typically, we're covering that cost. I said this earlier, take the terminal, stick it under the counter. Their monthly minimum is probably $25 a month. So if they wanted to keep that other processor for 10 more months, it's going to cost them $250, but I'm saving them thousands of dollars a month. And it's not violating their contract.
Perfect.
I hope that answers that.
I think we answered Chuck's too then, correct?
Yep, absolutely. No cancellation. Box it and send it back.
Awesome. Okay. Well, Chris, listen, I totally, we're about 30 minutes in. I told you that was about what I wanted to shoot for.
That went quick.
Yeah, it flew. It went right. You did a great job. I know we covered quite a bit of information. We spoke really fast. This will stay up live on Facebook. I will obviously download this as a video and put it on YouTube on our channel as well. And we'll be up and running on this. So, Chris, any closing comments or anything?
Sliced bread greater than. This for the profits that are available to this. There's nothing like it. There just isn't anything like it.
Awesome.
Like I said, I've done it for a long time, and this is it. This is the best out there. And let me say this real quick commercial. This is just the first of at least 4 more products that we're going to bring to your people and ours through the rest of the year. That's going to rock the credit card world. This is just the beginning.
And I've heard a hint of those, and I'm like, oh my gosh.
Oh,
it's not even going to be fair. You can't do what we're doing. That's what's so awesome.
And these are the next couple, again, are exclusive to CapEx. They will not be able to be sold by any other company in the United States.
Awesome. That's fantastic.
So it's exciting stuff. Thank you for having me.
Hey, thank you very much, Chris. You can you're good. I appreciate you being on here. Big round of applause. Everybody's probably clapping for you right now. Thank you.
I can hear that coast to coast. So great.
Awesome. So you can go ahead and jump off. I'm going to just stay here for a second and say goodbye to everybody. But thanks again, Chris. Appreciate it, man.
All right. Thanks, Mike. Thank you, team.
No problem. All right. Well, hopefully you really enjoyed that. Obviously, we're going to keep doing these Facebook Lives, and love the interaction. I really do appreciate you being on here. Some of you have some questions that might take a phone call to answer, obviously. Keep going. Somebody said keep going. That's good that they want to have that on here. I'm going to show this one. Do we have a PDF available with the commission structure and further training information readily available? Yes, that is actually about to be posted. Probably within the next day or two. I'm going to release the new training portal in that we have that I've been working on for quite some time. So that'll be available. Okay. And my name is Mike Healy. Somebody asked me that. So let me get that on here. Michael, I go by Mike. That's my Facebook name right there. And we can get some questions answered. But anyhow, really appreciate you guys being on here. Understand that if you are not an advisor with us, make sure you get back with the person that invited you. Let them take care of you. And, we can get you hooked up. Again, there's no cost to be an advisor with BidPoint. If you're not familiar with what we're doing, let me again show you this. Make sure that you go check out promoterswanted.com. You can see a brief overview of what we've got. And then if you're not, if you want some more details about how all of our services work, we did that conference. Go to bidpoint.co, click on the blog, go to Super Saturday, and you'll be good to go. Okay, so really, really excited. I think this went great. I mean, it looks like we kept everybody on here the entire time from start to finish. So you guys are awesome. Really, really appreciate it. So my name again is Mike Healy. I'm one of the co-founders of BidPoint, along with my awesome partners, Rick Moore, Monty Bertrand. Appreciate you, and make sure you're on our email list so you can get updates on this. And peace. I am out, and have a great one, and we will see you at the top. Thanks.